words long preserved for our walk in this world, they resound with
May the peace of the Lord be with you. You are learning with Patrick. We have started a discussion on God's existence. Today we are tackling the physical evidence of God's existence. The physical evidence of God's existence. Certain things that proves that God exists. Psalm 90 verse 2 and 3. Psalm 90 verse 2 and 3. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting you are God. You return man to dust and say, return, O children of man. One thing, physical evidence, is that he is the God who returned man into dust. So someone can only prove he does not exist only if we find someone who dies and does not turn into dust. So if we all bear witness that if someone dies, the person turns into dust, then it means God exists. He is the God who does that. No scientist can prove that man's body, the flesh, is able to turn to dust because of this and this. They can only guess. That's why scientific evidence are based on guessing. But the Bible is saying that the God is talking about is the one who does that. And even if scientists guess certain things that came together for man's flesh to turn into dust, they will not be able to prove those things where they are coming from. So the simple truth is that God, the Bible is talking about, the almighty, all-knowing God, is the one who turns man into dust. And he is the everlasting God. He does not die. So atheists must know that so far as people die and turn into dust, then God exists. If one day we find out that someone died and the person did not turn into dust, then it means there's no God. Secondly, he is a God who sets perpetual sea boundary. So we are going to find out from the Bible how we can see God is. From Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 22. Jeremiah 5 verse 22. Do you not fear me, declares the Lord? Do you not tremble before me? I placed the sand as the boundary for the sea, a perpetual barrier that it cannot pass. Though the waves toss, they cannot prevail. Though they roar, they cannot pass over it. He is the God who sets boundary for sea. He used sand to set boundary for the sea. So until atheists can prove there's no God, they should show us a sea without sand as a boundary. If atheists are able to prove that there's a sea without boundary, then it means there's no God. So far as they cannot prove that, it means there's God. The God the Bible is talking about is the one who does that. He is the Almighty who is able to set boundary for sea. You see, the waves are being tossed, but the Bible is saying that because of God, it is not able to overflow. So the earth is having 30% earth surface, which is the land, and the sea is having 70%, as being proven by science. But upon all this, the sea cannot overflow its banks to cover the surface of the earth, because God has set the boundary. So far as God has set that boundary and cannot overflow, it means he exists. Until we all find out that one day we woke up and the sea has overflowed its bank and it has covered the 30% remaining land, it means we can conclude God does not exist. So far as we have not been able to see that, it means God exists. So two physical evidence given by the Bible to the atheists is that, one, God is a God who turned man into dust. Secondly, God is a God who used sand as a perpetual boundary for the sea. So as life goes on and we continue to see all these things, it means God exists. I end here with a greetings. We will meet to continue our discussion.
In this world, there is